Hello everyone. Today we are going to see about BioTime visitor module, like how to configure visitor module in BioTime. We'll see the step-by-step procedure for that. Before configuring, before achieving visitor module, we need to do some configurations. Like in personal configuration settings, first we need to create the document type. Why? Because whenever we are going to reserve the reservation for any person, for reserving purpose we need to add the certificate type. This is mandatory to select, so that's why we need to create in personal configurations document. Here we need to create any document, any kind of document like passport, PAN, Aadhaar card, so we can achieve while reserving the reservation. That time we can able to select any of these fields. That's why this is mandatory to create the document. And then after creating this document, go to employee and create one employee with the email ID and self-registration password. So while creating employee, in private information we have an option called email. Here we need to give that person's email, and then in attendance settings we have one field called self password. Here also we need to give some self login password, we need to give as per the person. Okay, because in some case if I am the employee who is inviting one person to our office, in that case I need to do self login with my own credentials, and then I can able to do reservation for that employee. In that case we need to give self password. And private information, email ID is for to get the notification. Once you invited the employee, any person from outside premises, that time you will get the notification. Or else once the approver was approved your invitation, that time you will get the notification. For notification purpose we need to give the email, and for self login purpose we need to give the self password. That's it. And then the main thing is to create for visitor module is the workflow. In personal we have the workflow option. In this workflow option we have two fields, which is workflow role and workflow builder. Workflow role, which is nothing but here we need to create notifier and approver roles. Notifier, which is nothing but who will get notification. Suppose if any action did, that time who will get the notification. For that purpose we'll give the notifier role. And approver, which is nothing but who is going to approve the reserved reservations, that is called approver. Here we need to create the notifier and approver. After creating these two, and we need to assign the employee for this, like we can select any of the field and we can able to assign the employee. So once the employee has been assigned, and then notification will send to that particular person. Here for this notifier we have already added one employee in the name of Ranjit, and for approver also we have already added the we have added the employee. After this, after creating workflow role, we need to create workflow builder. Here we can add by department or add by position or add by employee. In add for employee option we have the field, so many fields like code, name, content type and leave type, start date, end date. These are all the reservation fields for the visitor, and these are all the approval scope for the approver and notifier. Like before we have created in workflow role two fields like notifier and approver, that will be reflect here. Who are the approvers? Here approver we need to select. That approver will get the notification, like we have raised one reservation. This is the notifier column. Like if we click the notifier here, that notifier will get the notification once the approver approved the reservation. After creating workflow role and workflow builder, in system there is a configuration setting. In configuration we need to create the email parameter settings, which is nothing but while creating employee we have mentioned that email ID we need to give. For that setting, here we need to give all those settings properly, then only employer or notifier or approver they will get the exact notifications. If without this setting email notification will not be sent to any person. Like SMTP server we need to give, our port and email account of the person, like account of the admin person, and password, account password we need to give here. And after giving all these credentials, text option is there. Here while giving text option, we'll got to know whether successfully we have all details given, it's correct or not. And after settings, give save, and give save. After giving all the settings properly, and then come with visitor module. In visitor module, we have reserved the reservation for the visitors by using the visitor reservation options. Here we can reserve the visitor information. This entry information for who is reserving the employee. Like if I am the employee who is going to invite any visitor, that time in that case we need to select my name here. Like if I am going to invite any person to this company, I need to register, I need to create one reservation here. This is the entry information, and this is the visitor information we need to give. And here the certificate type we need to give. This is the mandatory field, and certificate number we need to give. This is also a mandatory field. Like what we have created before in personal configuration, as I said before, in document we need to create some document fields that will be reflect here. Here this column is the mandatory column to select. After that, give confirm, it will be saved correctly. After creating the approver, the approver will get a notification. After getting a notification, you can log in with an approver self-service login and approve the approval. This is the main scope of the visitor module. And after approving the request, in admin login, the status reflects as approved. And if you don't want to invite visitor in through software, means there is an option to generate QR code. In this manner also we can invite the visitor to our office. Like here is one field in visitor, QR code. By scanning this QR code, the visitor will get the visitor page. From there they can enter their credentials, and after entering their credentials properly, that will be reflected in software. But note one thing, if the server IP is hosted as a public, in that case that QR code verification mode is achievable. Otherwise, if it is not public, means it will not work. To send the QR to the visitor, first download this QR code, and then through this QR code, visitors can register their details before arriving. And after sending this QR to the visitor, by clicking this link, you receive a visitor reservation form, and if you register here, then this will reflect in the approver self login page. But the thing is, only if the server IP is hosted as public, then it will work. Otherwise it won't work. So this is what the visitor module configurations. Once we can invite the visitor through QR code, or we can reserve the one reservation from the software itself. There is a two ways. I think that's all about the visitor module. Thank you.